So Andrew, you've been all over the world, and you just spent about 4 or 5 days in Greece?
Yeah, this week.
Yeah. And I'm sure coming from Silicon Valley, you had some expectations as to what digital innovation means in Greece.
Mm.
How did this play out, and what sense do you get now going back?
Well, I've been very impressed with the vitality and ambition of a number of young entrepreneurs I've met. Unfortunately, most of them have been men, although 1 or 2 of them were women. I've been really impressed by your space, by a couple of other co-location hubs that I've come across, a number of entrepreneurs, startups, people in the digital business, all very enthusiastic, all with interesting ideas, all clearly investing themselves, their souls, their ideas, their energy in building viable businesses for the future in Greece.
Great, let's hope they will be viable. And coming from Silicon Valley, you have seen a long history of evolution in the startup ecosystem. Let's fast forward now and say you come back in 2 or 3 years. What would you like to see changing in 2 or 3 years?
Well, I think what needs to happen in Greece is you need to have a couple of companies that are successful. Mm-hmm. A couple of companies that are not only successful in terms of their business ideas, but successful financially, that will enable some young people to do an exit, make some money, and then reinvest. When you think about Silicon Valley, what's enabled so much success is the success of companies which have generated generations of smart entrepreneurs. Think of PayPal, for example. Mm. It generated Peter Thiel, Reid Hoffman, and a whole group of brilliant entrepreneurs who went on then to revolutionize Silicon Valley. You can't invent an ecosystem like Silicon Valley overnight. It requires a generation of successors. Remember, Silicon Valley was initially fueled by the success of HP, of Hewlett-Packard, which took place 50 or 60 years ago. So you need to be patient. It takes time, it takes generations of entrepreneurs, and it needs capital. It needs risk, and it needs a general acceptance within not only the business community in Greece, but I think broadly in the culture, that this is for real, that this isn't a scam. People need to trust entrepreneurs, they need to trust investors, we need venture capitalists, we need angels, we need the full ecosystem.
Great. So last question for you. You go back and somebody asks you, so how was Greece? How is the startup ecosystem in Greece? What would be your elevator pitch?
My elevator pitch would be twofold. Firstly, there are a lot of smart young people there trying to do things, but I think unfortunately what I would also say is that the Greek socio-economic system is archaic and needs not to be reformed but to be blown away, to be revolutionized. And I'm still not convinced that these deep structural problems of lack of ambition, of people not willing to accept or risk failure, the problems of old families and old capital still dominating the political and economic structure, I'm not convinced that that has been changed in any way. So I feel that this young generation, very talented entrepreneurs in Greece, are still fighting the old system. Something profound has to change. Maybe it will come out of a big-time economic crisis. Maybe it would come out of Greece leaving the euro. Maybe it would come out of a new political movement. But something still very profound has to change. Most of the changes in Greece, at best, seem to me so far to be cosmetic.
Well, thank you very much. I hope this fight is won in the future.
Well, thank you. I look forward to coming back. I love Greece, and I'll look forward to keeping up with this story. Thank you.
Thanks.
Excellent.